So I want to make sure I understand what you're doing. You're saying you want to recruit these agents to leave their agency and come over to you.
Correct.
Okay. And you're saying that you also have the ability to have visibility into their production.
Yes.
Okay. Here's what I would do. All right. You can split test this both ways, but I'm a nerd and I already have. Here's what I would do. I think you have an incredible asset in being able to have purview into their stuff. I also don't think that that scales very well. So if I was coaching you or if I was you, would not use that on the front end, okay? I would use that later and I'll explain more in a second. But I would reach out and say, hey, there is something that every top agent is having to deal with right now or has had to deal with, and the top performers figured this out, and it's a little secret that they share with each other. I just want to make sure you were aware of it, right? I'm using a hook, getting them to call me back. Yo, what's up? Here's what's up. Is they're with an agency, but here's what they don't realize. The agency's not supporting them on XYZ, not supporting them on ABC. Doesn't seem like a big deal until they end up having 2 deals, 3 deals, 4 deals, go really close to a close, and those resources were not there in order for them to help them close that, and the agency goes, win some, lose some, right? How are you dealing with that with your relationship at Sotheby's right now? Oh my God, I lost 5 deals last month alone, or 5 deals last year. I hear it all the time. It's something that we deal with. You know, we structured things a little bit differently so that agents that come over to us don't have to do that, and they get the support that they need. You know, I actually have the ability to look at some of your deals. Does it make sense for me to kind of, and there's nothing you need to do on your end, I'm happy, and I've got some great analysts behind me, just to take a quick look at what you guys are doing, see if it even makes sense, like if we could even help you, or on those deals that you're losing now, if you were with us, if those would be certain instances where we could help you close those. Does it make sense for me to just do a quick analysis and just see if maybe it makes sense for us to continue to talk and see if we can bring you over to our side? Yeah, go ahead. Now you're able to use that tool, but you're only using that tool for people that you've already gotten their attention, you've already delivered the insight, and they're somewhat interested. You're using the tool to close the deal. Again, if we use the tool in the beginning, it is the same as walking into a nightclub and going, yo, I'm rich. Ow. Right? Like, it's creepy. Like, only creepy people are like, I'm rich, I'm super smart. You're not there yet. You're dating this person. So in order to date them, we got to get their attention. There's something that the top performing agents, the ones that are making north of $1 million a year, figured out. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of it, right? Yeah, what's going on? 3% of the top performing agents are in traditional agencies. Please do not take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to say anything bad about your relationship right now. I'm just saying that people then figure out that they need XYZ, ABC, they need these particular resources. So the ones that stay with their agency, they're doing that on their own, which is why they're going out of pocket for marketing expense, assistance, and blah, 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 blah. There are other ones that come over to agencies like ours that supply all that. Just out of curiosity, how are you dealing with that as your agency grows? Whatever the insight is, right? Again, it's not a sales pitch. Man, that has been a problem for me. I just don't feel like they're supporting me on the marketing side. When you say they're not supporting you on the marketing side, can you give me a specific example of what's going on? Yeah, I had an 8-plex, and my agency doesn't deal with multifamily. It's all residential. And it was a sweet deal, but they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it? What ended up happening with that deal? We lost it, right? It went over to blankety blank. What would have been your commission on that deal? 2.8% of $4.7 million. How often does that happen? Once or twice a year, right? Now you're having a good conversation. You know, I do have the ability to look at your deal flow. Based on everything you're telling me, you sound like an excellent candidate for our thing. And again, I am not trying to sour your relationship over there. I mean, does it make sense for me to just look, see if we can help you, and then you can decide whether or not it makes sense to move forward? I'm happy to pull the resources on my end. Nothing that you need to do. Now, not only am I using that information, but I'm doing you a favor on it. If I just lead with, I know this about you, it's creepy. But then if I wait and say, hey, I'm happy to do the work. I got a great team of analysts behind me. We pay a ton for software. I'm able to actually peek into your deal flow. I'll cover all the costs on that, do that, get you a good report. Either way, knowing that's going to be beneficial to you whether you go with us or not. Does it make sense for me to run that for you? right? And then do it. I'm telling you, that's the way you do it. Hey, it's Matt Easton, founder of Easton University, the most effective sales coaching system in the world. If you like this video and you want to learn how to close, I want to give you my closing mini masterclass for free. Click the link somewhere around here or just simply comment with the word closer and I will get you access to the closing mini masterclass. I'll cover the $299 cost for you. It's free to you.